Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Sheila Bila coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 6, Episode 17, Taste of Freedom. Happy Turkey Day tomorrow, you guys. I hope you all eat good, sleep good, rest good. If you gotta go to work, have a good day at work. But y'all have a happy Turkey Day. I'm just gonna spend time with my family. Go over to my sister-in-law house, and she gonna cook real good, and I'm gonna eat real good. I asked her, did she want me to bring some, child? She was like, it ain't nothing really for me to bring, so I'm gonna bring myself. Just to let you all know what I'm gonna what I have going on. And yeah, just visit some family and friends, and yeah. And I'm really ready too, y'all. Anyway, my daughter down here from college, but she's gonna spend my daughter and my son, they're gonna be with their father. So yeah, but overall, I plan on having a good day. And I plan on eating good, going to sleep, waking back up, eating again, watching Lifetime Black Christmas movies. Any Black Christmas movies on YouTube or Hulu or wherever they at. Tubi, wherever it's a Black Christmas movie, y'all, I'm watching it. All right, so enough about me. Let's get into this episode of Tyler Perry Sistas. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. If you get anything out of my commentary, I am a growing channel on the way to 5,000 subscribers. Please, I would love for you to be a part of my community because I love you all. I love our discussions. I love the comments. I love everything. So, yes, this episode picks up where it left off last week, where Danny was in the parking lot talking to Tony, and Tony is very relentless. He knows that Danny has a boyfriend, but he is very, very persistent. So they're talking about they're supposed to be meeting up later on tonight, and it will only go down if what's his name, Jordan contacts, if Jordan calls Danny. So nobody has gotten a phone call yet, but anyway, they're ending the conversation. Preston is there, and he overhears the final parts of the conversation. He hears when Tony is saying, and yeah, when you get rid of Preston, or whenever you're done with Preston, let him know. And Preston like, what you mean? Preston what? When you what with Preston? And so Danny is like, oh, I didn't know you were behind me. Yeah. And Preston's deal was he was finna surprise Danny by putting something in her car. And Danny is like, how were you going to put something in my car? Preston says he has a spare key. Danny is like, how do you have a spare key? He was like, well, that's the purpose of me surprising you, putting something in your car. It's a surprise. And Tony is about to walk off. Well, Danny is telling Tony, I'll see you in the inside. Preston is like, nope, nope, nope. You ain't got to go nowhere. I just want to understand what y'all got going on. Because Preston said, how do you know him? Danny's like, we work together. Okay, so y'all work together, but y'all were together last night. And all the while, Tony said he about to leave, but Preston was like, nope, nope, stay here because I want to know what's going on, right? Then Danny says, it ain't nothing like that. And you didn't hear all the conversation. So I'm just letting you know it's not that. It's nothing. It's nothing. So that's when Preston is like, are you still here? Tony was like, yeah, I mean, you told me to leave and you told me to stay. I mean, what? And then Tony takes upon himself to say, you know what? I think I'm really going to stay. And I'm just like, oh, so you really gonna stay? Because for some reason, he feels that Danny is in trouble, as if Danny doesn't know how to handle herself. So Preston like, no, we don't need you. And then Danny tells Tony, okay, go. I'll see you on the inside. Tony walks off, and then he's saying he'll wait for her by the door. And he's just going to watch her from the door. I'm like, okay, so you really think, anyway, that's neither here nor there, because I'm going to keep my thoughts until I really understand what's going on with this whole Tony situation, because I really feel that Tony is very evasive. Like, he's very invasive. Like, he's really pushy, and he thinks he knows Danny by their conversations, but you really, really don't know her like that. But anyway, so Preston and Danny, they're trying to continue their conversation because Preston is really trying to understand what's going on. Danny is downplaying the situation like you're overreacting. But no, Danny, he's not overreacting. Because if you tell him that y'all are trying to work it out, y'all trying to be together, and then you're rushing off to work, and he's like, you never get to work this early. The pattern isn't the same. And then when he he roll up on you when you talking to a whole nother man that you was with last night, that would raise a person's suspicion, like what's really going on. But Danny is just trying to reassure him nothing is going on, nothing is going on. And he said, then she walks off saying, I'm looking forward to that surprise, even though I don't see nothing in your hand. Child, I was looking like I don't see nothing in your hand either, Preston. Is it in your pocket? Like, is it up underneath your jacket? Like, where is the present? Because I don't see it. Danny didn't either. So Danny walked on off, and Preston is just left to do whatever he's supposed to do when he initially pulled up. So, yeah. So, this scene picks up from where it left off too from last week when Andy and when they just found out the news that they are free. The charges are dropped and all of that, right? So, Andy and Sabrina, they're celebrating, and child, Maurice just sitting there looking crazy. And I'm just like, Maurice, can you be happy? Can you just be happy? But instead of him being happy, because Sabrina is like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Maurice is like, thank you, I guess. And then Maurice said, is there anything that I can do for you? I guess Maurice is like, well, since you did something for me, is there something I can do for you? Andy is like, I don't need you to do nothing for me. Maurice is like, yes, you do, because your shoes, your hair, your clothes, you fluorescent, your eyebrows, you looking like you from back in the day, Mother Earth. I don't know. But Maurice started reading, Andy's wardrobe. But I'm like, Andy actually looks good here. It's always trying to tell a female how they should dress and what they should look like. When Maurice, you over there looking like your shirt too small for your arms and your chest. Like, you can go up a size, So anyway, Andy just like, whatever. You can leave pretty much, Maurice. You can go. So then they end up talking about, no, I think she said, you can leave. He said he been kicked out of better places. Then he gonna ask her for a job. No, I don't want to work here no way, this old raggedy place. Anyway, Maurice, okay, we'll talk to you later. All right. So, then Sabrina and Danny, they began to talk about they're supposed to be meeting up with the guys tonight. And Danny says, well, not Danny. Andy asks Sabrina, has Rich called her? And she's just like, oh, let me look. So she looks at her phone and she's just like, oh yeah, he did text me, right? So Andy is like, well, I haven't gotten a phone call yet from Jordan. So I don't even know if I'm going because, pretty much if he ain't called me, then I ain't going. And they just like, you know what? You need to get out. We need to celebrate. We just need to have fun and all that stuff. So they talk about that, and Sabrina gets ready to leave, and she looks back, and she's just telling Sabrina's just telling Andy, thank you. Thank you so much. And so Sabrina walks off, and Andy was like, I did that. I was like, girl, yeah, you did that. Whatever you did. I mean, and then Sabrina does say she's just so happy she has a lawyer friend. I was like, girl, yeah, you happy you got a lawyer friend and a lawyer friend that got some money they can put on your books. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know where Robin is. Chad, I've been asking for Robin. I don't know where he at. But anyway, so that's what that is. All right. So here you have the sit down with Fatima, Zach, and the lawyer guy, right? The family lawyer guy. And he's pretty much telling them like, this is a difficult case, but he has seen more severe cases. He says, since Zach just found out he's the father, you just can't go and take him. You just can't go take the baby because, I mean, it is kidnapped. I mean, even though that's your son, you're not on any paperwork or anything. So you just can't go do that. And Fatima is like, so what do we do? Like, Zach is like, what can we do to speed this up? And he's just going to try to, the lawyer saying he's going to get an emergency hearing so we can get them in as soon as possible. He's going to try to do whatever he can do, at least by the end of the week. And Zach's whole thing is, I don't want my son there. I don't want my son there. Please, whatever you can do it. And he just says, he's reiterated again, I'm gonna do whatever I can do. I'm gonna be there for you, whatever. And then he tells Fatima that, you owe me. And Fatima just like, okay, cool, I owe you whatever. So after they walk off, they go into the hallway. Zach and Fatima, they go into the hallway. And Zach looking at her like, what you mean? He owe you. What y'all got going on? He looking at you like you thicker than a snicker. Like, what you mean? And Fatima like, my earrings. He like, what about your earrings? Fatima said he'll want you more than he want me. Meaning he played for the other team. You know what I'm saying? We sitting on the same church pew. That's all I'm saying. So Zach over there like, oh, okay. I mean, well, I don't know. I can't call it or whatever. So though, while they out there talking, guess who shows up? Yes, Hayden. Hayden pops up, right? So Hayden's there, and Hayden just like, oh, what's up? What y'all got going on? They like, okay, we don't have time to be talking to you. But Hayden is persistent. He's just like, I want y'all to meet somebody. They like, what? I want y'all to meet my girl. Oh, Zach said, your girl? Oh, okay, yeah. Fatima over there nudging Zach like, no, don't. Don't. But Zach is like, oh, yeah, let's meet your girl. Let's meet her. So here comes Tamiria. So she's over there. And then Hayden does say to Fatima, I think she told me that she knew you. Fatima like, I don't know her like that or whatever. So I'm like, Tamiria, how did you explain this knowing situation? Do you know her? Or did you say you knew her or you seen her somewhere and that's how you knew her? Because you can't get a backstory about Madam and you taking all this man money. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what we doing, right? We still being incognito about who you really are. Ain't we? Okay. So anyway, so Zach just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, she's beautiful and all that other stuff. She's really looks good. And talking about, well, how long y'all been knowing each other? And then he said, well, the details don't matter. She says, yes, I'm his wife. And they like, why? And then they show her the ring, right? She showed the ring. Everybody like, oh, got your little ring. And Zach is saying like, well, I'm glad you're here to keep his, his little head out of our business. And Fatima over that time about little head. And Fatima looking over there at Tamiria like, his head little. Anyway, I'm like, how y'all gonna be talking about this man head in front of him? We all know what head we y'all talking about. But anyway, so Zach talking about the man haircut. Tamiria hooked him up with a haircut. Chad, you need to fix that. Your line is on the sides. It's going back and back, but it is what it is. But yeah, they talking and Zach talking about y'all deserve each other. Y'all deserve each other. And Hayden is like, y'all deserve each other too. And apparently Tamara really don't know what's going on. She don't know the real reason why Fatima, put her on to Hayden. But at the end of the day, child, you hit a lick. So however you hit it is how you hit it. But anyway, so Zach is just like, y'all deserve each other. Congratulations. Good, and all that stuff. Fatima trying to keep nudging him like, calm down, or whatever. So they end up walking off, right? And Zach is just like, look at Fatima. When they walk off, when Hayden and Tamiria walk off, Zach look at Fatima and say, don't you dare be sorry for that. Like, don't you feel sorry for none of that. Hold on, y'all. My daughter calling me. Hello? So I'm here at the Kroger, and I don't see any pecan. So you don't see a pecan pie? No, I see peach pie, apple pie, half of an apple pie. Okay, well, don't worry about it then. Don't worry about it. I just won't take one. You said what? I said, don't worry about it. I just won't take one. Oh, okay. All right. Bye-bye. Bye. Child, girl, how I'm gonna go to Kroger? How I'm gonna send my daughter to Kroger dang near at 11 o'clock at night talking about this a pecan pie gonna be over there. Ain't no pecan pie nowhere. I'm just, I tried, even though Even though it's the last minute, charges to my head, not my heart, child. But anyway, I'm just gonna tell my uncle, I'm like, hey, uncle, they didn't have no pecan pie. I mean, I should, but you know what's so crazy, y'all? Now look, this is a little intervention. I was just at Kroger the day before yesterday, and they had a whole bunch of pecan pie. And this the same day that my uncle said he wanted a pecan pie. I seen about 5 of them, and I didn't even get one because I'm thinking they'll probably be there later. Today is later, and they not there. Whoo, child, the spirit of avoidance. Anyway, back to Tyler Perry, Sistas. So, like I said, Tamara and them walked off. Zach telling Fatima, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. He put us through all this stuff. I ain't worried about it. And so Fatima said, okay, whatever. So they get the kiss, and Zach giving her the mug kiss, like mug, you know, you mug your face up. Give me another. Like they high fiving, but they high fiving with their lips, like a kiss. So anyway, yeah. All right. Now you have Danny. She's at the airport working, right? She gets a phone call from Sabrina, telling Sabrina is telling Danny like they dropped the charge, they dropped the charges. And Danny isn't she's happy, but she's not like as jovial, like, oh my God, oh my God. She's kind of somber. Her mood has changed because of the whole incident with Preston. Um, Sabrina catches it in her voice and like, what's going on with you? Like, she was like, no, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. It's just something going on with Preston. Oh, what's going on? Danny make it seem like Preston just came over there and was just irate and all that stuff. But Sabrina asks Danny, I mean, aren't y'all trying to work it out? And Danny says, yeah, we are. Okay, so you need to have a conversation with Preston just to let him know that I know you did see me with old boy, but it ain't like that. But Danny has a spirit of avoidance, like I did with that pecan pie. And then you gonna mess around, ain't none there anyway. Then she gonna go home, her man ain't at home. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get there when we get to it. And then you don't want to talk about it. So I'm just like, well, okay. So don't make it seem like Preston is over exaggerating the incident when like when he's seen you do this before. Don't do that. But Sabrina whole thing is, look, okay, just talk to him. Just talk to him. They talking about they gonna celebrate later on tonight and all that stuff. So that's pretty much what that is. So when she gets off the phone with Sabrina, Tony comes up. Tony comes to check on Danny, and Danny like, everything good. Like, we good over here. Tony brings up the fact that Preston is white, and he felt as if Danny wouldn't date nobody white. Danny like, I mean, well, he's different. He's nice. He's cute. I mean, it is what it is. And at first, Danny was, I don't know if she was playing with him. I don't know, but she said she was joking with him when he was like, please don't be offended, because he thought she was pro-black and the type of woman that she is and what she looked like. And they throwing up the black fist of righteousness, the black fist of freedom, the NAACP fist, child, all the fists that we throw up for freedom and justice in the American way or whatever it is. So, they over there talking about like they doing Wakanda forever, whatever they got going on. And so then Danny is just like, you don't know me the way that you think you know me, and you don't know him the way you think you know him. And as Tony is just like, okay, well, he begins to walk off, and then Danny says, well, no, I wasn't offended. So he comes back and like, oh, thank God. And then they bring up the whole deal about the dinner later on tonight, and that Jordan hasn't called Andy, and if Jordan don't call Andy, then we ain't going nowhere. And so that's when Tony is just like, don't worry about it. We all still hanging out. I just gotta call Jordan because they keep saying Jordan ain't got no game. So they gonna call Jordan to call Andy. The whole phone tag, because Tony gonna try to do everything he can do to get Danny at that house so she can get away from Preston, and then he can move right on in. And then this is the part that really bugs me about this, because of the simple fact that you're not respecting this girl's boundaries. And if this girl has a boyfriend and you so persistent and relentless and just so evasive, just out in this girl's space, bugging her about being with you, you know what I'm saying? Why do you, and if just so happen if she do get with you, you don't think the next person can go and take her from you? So I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't like how pushy he is. You know this girl is in a hard relationship and you still just pushy, 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 right? And then he brings up this innuendo like, yeah, because the right guy gonna come and be with you and all that stuff. Or be with and something like that. Pretty much he the right guy for her. And Danny is just like, okay, well, I hope you find the right person for you or whatever. And mind you, when Danny was on the phone talking to Sabrina, she did bring up that she is trying to work things out with Preston. But what if Tony is the perfect guy? And I'm glad Sabrina is just like, look, you don't even know Tony to know if he's the perfect guy or not. And then that's the thing. I'm like, Danny, you don't even know this man. This man is so pushy. Like, you don't really know nothing about him, but he knows so much about you based on listening to your phone conversations. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I just think that's weird. Yeah, I just think that's weird. But they gonna try to make sure everybody gonna be on the same page later on tonight when they go on to the dinner. All right, so Andy is back at the office. Fatima comes in and tell her that, she's done for the day. You know how she do. Is there anything you need or whatever, whatever. So, so is this when they bring up, I'm trying to get it in order. They bring, Andy asks Fatima, how does she feel about everything? How does she feel about the Karen situation? Is that first, is that before or after? Hold on, I'm jumping. Okay, so Fatima comes in, they talk about whatever. I'm about to get ready to leave and then all that stuff, right? And then Andy said that she was going to have a date, but he hasn't called her yet. He hasn't called her yet, so she's not going to go. And while they're there, Jordan is calling, but Andy isn't picking up the phone. So Jordan calls again. Fatima reaches over, pick up the phone, and puts him on speakerphone and says, hey, this is Andy's phone. Jordan says, okay, may I speak, all that. Can I speak to him? Whatever, whatever. So they on the speakerphone. And Jordan is explaining, the reason why I haven't called you is because I was hidden here. I wanted to call you. I was in my own head. He starts talking about projects and investments and all these different things as to why he get nervous when he's in a new, what I'm saying? When something new is developing and Andy over there playing with him on the phone, saying, oh, because Andy did say, Jordan, who? Who is Jordan? She playing with him. And then when he talks about the whole projects and investments and all that stuff, oh, so I'm a project? No, you're not a project. Okay, I'm just playing. So whatever, they playing games. And so Jordan is just like, I really want to see you tonight and all of that stuff. But Andy says, no, I don't want to see. I have plans already. I have plans, so I can't make it. And so Jordan is like, oh man, oh man, whatever, whatever. So then Fatima interjects and says, oh, your plans for your briefing tonight, your dinner plans with whomever have been canceled. Jordan overhears that. And then he says, oh, so you don't have plans. Okay, well, that's when Andy agrees to see him later on that night. Okay, so they get off the phone. Then they bring up, about the playing games. And Fatima said, y'all shouldn't be playing games like that and all that, which we do understand. All that tit for tat is stupid. Just get right to it, because she said her and Zach, they don't play no games. So Andy ended up asking her, how does she feel about everything they got going on, like with the Karen situation and the baby mama and all this stuff. And Fatima's just like, you know what? She wouldn't have it any other way. She said she would go through hell and back to be with Zach. And shoot, all that stuff was before her, so she just riding with it. She loved him. And Andy is just looking at her like, oh, Zach got him a real one or whatever, whatever. And then she said, yeah, we real and all that. So after they discuss all that, Andy is happy that she's going out on her date. And that's pretty much the end of this. Ooh, child. Now this scene right here, I was like, okay, tell me how you really feel, Bio. Tell me how you really feel. So, knock, 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 knock. When I tell you, I didn't really notice Sabrina's dress. I really didn't because I don't know. When Sabrina walked out that room putting that grease on her elbows to go open up that door, I said, Sabrina got on all the shingles. Sabrina got all the shingles, legs and hips and body, because them legs was coming up out of them shingles. I was not paying attention, right? So she opened up the door. Bio comes in, and hey, how you doing? Whatever, whatever. So they sit down, and Sabrina says, "Did you get your money?" Bio says, "Huh?" He said, "Did you get your money?" Because they dropped the charges with Maurice. Bio said, "Oh, that's exciting. We should go out and we should celebrate tonight." Sabrina says, "I have plans." He said, "What about the weekends?" Sabrina said, "I have plans every night." And Bio was like, I mean, what's going on with you? Mind you, I didn't understand why Bio came over there in the first place after they had that whole blow up the last time. I didn't even think that they were still friends like that, right? So anyway, Sabrina said, well, I don't want to talk to you anymore after what you did to my friend Maurice. Maya was like, you still on this Maurice stuff? Like, really? Which, in my mind, I didn't think that Bio said anything wrong. I do not think that he's homophobic. Maurice is very disrespectful. And I don't understand how Sabrina don't see that Maurice is a problem. Not just for her, not just for all her friends, but strangers too. Maurice, Maurice is rude. And I don't understand why she can hold somebody else accountable for saying that Maurice is rude and he just don't like Maurice, than her actually holding Maurice accountable for all the things that he say. She let Maurice get a pass, but the minute somebody say, I just don't like him, period, I just don't like him, then that's a problem. Anyway, I'm over it. So Bio said, you are what they call a trifling witch. I said, ooh, no, you didn't. Whoa. Whoa. And Sabrina is like, what did you say? And Bio was like, she was like, you use me. He said, really? You use me. You used to get what you want. And now you're through with me. And Sabrina's like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I want you to leave right now. And did I say Maurice? I'm excusing. Yeah. Bio said, you use me to get what you want, and now you're done with me. Sabrina is like, no, I didn't, no, I didn't. And she said, I want you to leave. Bio was leaving anyway. But as he's walking out that door, he calling this lady all kind of bees. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh. Tell me how you really feel, Bio. You know what I'm saying? Like, you done cussed me out one too many times in my house. Now, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I know I took your money. Now, I'm Sabrina. I'm finna be Sabrina real quick. I would have been like, now nigga, I know I took your money, but you ain't finna come in my house and cuss me out like that. I don't care how mad you is. Now, you said you did it out the kindness of your heart. I understand you said you did it for me or whatever, 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 but you ain't finna come up in my house under my roof and cuss me out like that. You got like messed up. Cause I would have grabbed him by that turtleneck. Like, you really got me messed up right now. So Sabrina, walking him outside and he cussing her out. And then here go Danny, like, hold on, wait, what? What? Cause you about to get one of these bottles in your jugular. I said, I know this right. Child, please. Cause you was what they say, you got one more time, mess around and find out. Like, you ain't even got to mess around. You about to find out. Like, what? Anyway, so Bio just like, oh, nothing is going on. Oh, I guess you seen a real one. That's what they say, real recognize real. Because then it was like, you about to get this bottle in your jugular, And Bio just like, oh, we just had a heated conversation. Now, you was talking to that girl crazy, which I do understand, Bio. I understand you mad. And I know you wanted Sabrina to repay you for the money and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the charges are dropped. You are gonna get your money back. And because I don't want to go on a date with you, I don't. Whatever the reason I don't want to go on a date with you, that's just the reason. Take it and you move on. You ain't gotta call me out my name. You already done cussed me out dang near last time you was at my house. You're not gonna come to my house every time and cuss me out. We ain't doing it. All right. So he walked on now talking about you Atlanta women are all the same. And Danny said, okay, well, bye. Or whatever. But yeah, it is what it is, y'all. What y'all think about Bio cussing her out like that? He ain't have to do that, did he? Or maybe I'm too soft. Cause Sabrina ain't, she ain't problematic. Sometimes she can be old dincy head sometimes. She don't really understand sometimes. I give her a little grace. Anyway, so child, Danny trying to understand why Bio coming over there all upset the way that he is. And Sabrina says there's some stuff that he said about Maurice that I didn't like. Danny said, what did he say about Maurice? She said she'll talk about it later, right? So then they talk about going out tonight, going to celebrate and all that stuff. But Danny ain't got no clothes. So apparently Danny gonna put on Sabrina clothes. But y'all know Sabrina dressed like Sabrina dressed like a library teacher slash child something else. She's very eclectic. I thought my style was eclectic, but Sabrina is really, really eclectic. Like, but you know what? I actually like a lot of Sabrina's style. I can understand it, but child, I guess. So they gonna put some clothes on. All right. So then now you have Karen, and she's being nice. And she's going over to Zach's house and she's delivering items for baby Michael. And I just thought that was the nicest thing. And mind you, Karen looked so pretty in this episode when they were just showing her face. I was like, Karen is really pretty. But anyway, so as she was putting the items at the door and she was walking off, Zach was coming out. He was taking out the trash. So he's just like, hey, hey, how you doing? And Karen is like, hey, I was just leaving some items there for the baby. I wasn't trying to, hold no conversations or nothing like that. I was just trying to get in and get out. And they have this whole conversation about like, why are you doing this? And she said, well, when I seen you at the last night, she was mad, but when she seen him and she seen the baby, she seen how cute he was and seen everything he was going through, she said it was just something in her heart was like, this is a sad situation. So she just felt like she wanted to be there. And she still says that the baby looked just like Zach, and I still don't see it, but it is what it is. And Zach just told her thank you. And then Karen says, even though you did sleep with her when we were together, Zach said, I didn't sleep with her when we were together. We was, because he's 3 years old. But Zach said, we broke up a lot throughout those 3 years. And Karen was like, oh, so that must have been one of the times we broke up. He said, yes. And yeah, so I mean, it's almost like they just Karen, to me, I know y'all be in these comments saying things like Karen is bad as Heather and all that stuff, because even Karen was like, dang, is she that bad? Like, is Heather that bad? And Zach is just like, yeah, like she real bad. Because at first, when Karen had brought up the situation about it, Zach really didn't really want to speak on it. But then he eventually started talking to her about it just to give her a little bit more insight. And so Karen was just like, look, when our baby gets here, you can have visitation, you can do all that stuff. Zach asked about Aaron, and Karen said, look, I'm just gonna be me and my baby. That's my focus. Me and my baby. And Zach is just like, okay, well, cool, you have a nice night. All right, well, you have one too when they walk off. But I really do see Karen trying. I really do. And I know a lot of y'all be mad at Karen. But at the end of the day, I like Karen. I ain't gonna lie. I like Karen. Yes, Tyler has been writing this girl to be a whirlwind. Because when she was doing all that crazy mess, I was like, come on now, Karen, really? But Tyler, it looks like the writers are really trying to soften her a lot trying to make her more likable, try to make her less problematic. You know, they're trying to get the viewers back on her side. And I mean, hey, get a girl a break. Get a girl a break. So yeah, I thought that was real nice of her. And by the way, where Deja at? Where Deja? I guess when Deja got pregnant by Cam Newton, child, she ain't know. They ain't showing her no more. They don't even show the other side of the house no more. But anyway, let me hurry up with this review. So they get on over there. Andy comes to Sabrina's house. Andy looks pretty. I really think this blue is pretty on her. When Sabrina comes out, I think Sabrina looks very pretty with her outfit on, looking like a bronze goddess. And then Danny has on this dress. I mean, the dress looks fine, but them shoes in their purse. I said, girl, you need to go change that too. But Danny said, nah, it's Sabrina night, Sabrina free, so I'm going to wear Sabrina clothes. I said, girl, you ain't finna have me wearing these shoes that's too little for my feet. Think I'm finna be walking around in them like that. And then I got to carry this pink purse too. Child, no. But Danny don't change her clothes. She don't change her shoes. And they gone over to the people's house. Okay. Fatima gets home. Zach is cooking dinner. And Fatima asks Zach, so who brought you over the food? Karen? And they kind of laugh about that. Tell me, nah, I was going to tell you, you ain't got to do all that. She just brought some stuff over for the baby. They bring up the baby like, what we going to do? Because also, mind you, when Fatima was talking to Andy earlier, she said that she didn't think that the baby was going to make it. Meaning, like, she thought that they would really hurt that baby or do something really bad to where, the baby just might not make it. And yeah. So fast forward here, Fatima just like, look, if you want to go get baby Michael, we can go get him. It's whatever. And Zach is just like, but you just said if I go get him, then that's kidnapped. Then I really won't be able to see him like I want to. And Fatima's just like, okay, it's what you want to do. But Zach did say, if I don't hear nothing by the end of the week, then we gonna go get him. They're gonna have to figure out a plan. If they get caught or if they get the police called them, they're gonna have to figure something out when that happens. So as of right now, they're just gonna wait till the end of the week to try to go get Michael, because they trying to really prevent anything else bad from happening to him. And that's good on there. They did a clapping thing and they touched and agreed. All right. So now they made it to, what's his name? They made it to Jordan's house, right? So they in Jordan's house. Jordan has a nice home. I guess Andy didn't think that his house was big as nice as it was, because Andy looking around like, okay, cute. And then Sabrina gonna look back at Andy talking about, you did good. I said, Andy always does good when it comes to men. As far as the riches when it comes to men, but the personality is always something different. That's what Andy got to work on. The personality of the man, not the money of the man, because she gonna get the man with the money. She just needs to get the man with the right personality, with the right goals, with the right ambitions, that's gonna be there for her and not everybody else. Anyway, so they get in there. The men are happy to see him. And Sabrina, man, he was looking kind of nice. Because he does have a lot of gums, but when he just kind of just with his, he's very nice. Mr. Richard, okay. Because mind you, too, when they were back at the house, they were talking about safe words. And they were saying that Sabrina's safe word is going to be, they about to F this tall man or whatever, because she free and she needs some release or whatever she got going on and all that stuff. And then anytime I give me a safe word, child, to be or not to. Anyway, I'm going to go back to this scene right here. So they're there. They saying the house is nice. And then they go out on the I guess it's the patio or the backyard or wherever they are in the back of the house. And Jordan is telling Andy, I've been marinating some, whatever he been marinating, whatever type of food it was, all night. And, he just really happy that she's there and all of that stuff. They try to get the drinks out. And then that's when Jordan is like, hey, Gary, I want you to meet Andy. Andy, meet Gary. Da, 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 da. And then it's over. All right. So that's pretty much the end of that. I was like, child, what you don't know, Jordan, is Andy already know Gary, and Gary already know Andy. And they know each other more than what you think, because they be jumping up and down on each other all the time. And just go back and watch Sistas Jordan. They'll tell you everything they got going on. All right, y'all. This is Sheila Bila. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I know I probably forgot a lot. Charge to my head and my heart and juice. Love y'all. Y'all have a happy turkey day. Eat. Have a good time with family. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. You know what I'm saying? Don't party too hard. And if you got to get up and go to work in the morning, be responsible. All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye.